We are now moving on to mastering Mars in the 12th house. The last video I posted was about the downfalls of Mars in the 12th house. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Tracy Leela, spiritual medium and astrologer with soul2soul.ca. So this is a continuation. And we're looking at mastering Mars in the 12th. And I want to highlight some positive things about Mars being in the 12th. We looked at the downfalls. We looked at the challenges. The main challenges of having Mars in the 12th and the addiction that comes with that and where it could stem from. And now we're looking at some more positive, but in the positive aspect of Mars, it's still really intense, because it's Mars. Now, before I dive into it, I want to encourage you to subscribe, to like the video, and to turn on your notifications. Again, your engagement really helps support me in reaching more people and helping them heal. If you want to learn more about me or book a reading or check out some of the events that we have, you can go to soul2soul.ca. Okay, so 12th house Mars mastery. As a 12th house Mars person, you are very, very driven. You love to delve into your own self, your own spirituality. You like you have these, not you like, you have these desires and this passion and this fire within you that wants to act, but it's almost like a feeling like it's driven from a force outside of you, but yet within you. Now, I say that because of the spiritual aspect and the connection with Mars, which is a very personal planet in the 12th house of spirituality, with spirit, with the collective unconscious, with that action, with that it's just a powerhouse of energy, that you are connected to other forces that you may not realize, but you may feel, that you feel like it's outside of you yet within you, because Mars is really contained and you're trying to contain that energy. And understand, when I say forces outside of you, it's not anything physical. It's not something physically that we can see. It's not other people. It's spiritual. It's metaphysical. It's on a collective, underground, current level of spirituality in a different realm. It's very deep and passionate, fiery. This also brings this feeling, like an overwhelming feeling of a mission to accomplish. Remember, it's a house of service. And when you have Mars there, it's this fireball of like Mars wants to go. But depending on the zodiac that is ruling your 12th house and the planetary ruler of that zodiac sign that's ruling it, will play a big role in how that Mars is acting out its intensity and its passion and its desire in this undercurrent, watery, spiritual space that's expansive. It's of the collective unconscious. So there's this mission. It's quite overwhelming for a 12th house Mars, and it's something that would be felt within. It's something that's within that 12th house Mars person that they probably don't even know what it is, how to contain it, what do I do with it, where does it stem from. I don't know, because again, it's hidden content, but it's felt and it's experienced. The problem with this intensity of Mars and mastering this intensity is it's very important to bring awareness and to dive into the core as to where this intensity stems from, what it is, because by avoiding, remember it's 12th house, so you either succumb to it or you rise above it. And with Mars there, the only way to rise above it is to get to the core root of this fiery, intense, powerful, overwhelming feeling that you've got within your being that you don't even know what to do with it. But you try to contain it and hide it. But it's like wanting to explode. And so when you do that, you're avoiding opening up to others. You're avoiding, you're closing yourself off. And this is creating more anger, more resentment, fears. And it can throw you down into a really low level of consciousness because it's just like it's overwhelming that you just like contain, block, shut out, solitude, go away. Um, Anger is a very hard and difficult emotion to deal with. Um, it's often masked by pride. Uh, Pride is higher up on the food chain of the ever energy vibrations of consciousness and masks the anger. But is the anger is like a pot of gold. I want to say, I feel like I'm going to go off track, but I'm going to go with this for a minute. The anger is like a pot of gold that you can use and embrace to uncover the real root cause that could be stemming from some grief, some guilt, some shame that is sitting there at the core, connected to the Father in the relation. This is how deep the healing goes. So to master Mars in the 12th house, we got to go deep. We got to figure out where that you won't have to put so much energy into containing that ball of fire within yourself if you get to the root and really heal to the point of acceptance. You internalize your passions and intense feelings, and it's difficult for you to express it outwards. um, it can be very hard to make sense of 12th house feelings and emotions and what is going on within you. So to put that into words can be very, very difficult. So there, that could create some more aggression for 12th house Mars. And so understanding that 12th house is so complex and underrooted in this watery spiritual space that is like beyond the human capacity to even understand. Trust me, I'm a Virgo stellium. It's hard to understand this stuff. Like, it's not logical, but it's real. It's real. Um, you got to get to the root in order to diffuse that fire. So you can let down your containment of that fire so much, as a Mars 12th. The anger that you feel, it's not that other people can't relate it. It's just it's very hard for you to express it. Other people can express their anger a little bit better. For the 12th house Mars, it can be very hard to express, to put words to, but it can also be very hard to contain, and it can explode out of the blue randomly. Because it's hidden, it can just, So again, more reason to really get to the root, to understand how it fluctuates. When is it triggered? When do you feel it more intense, and with who? Right? These are all questions to ask yourself in the goal of mastering your Mars in the 12th house. We want to know all these questions. You want to know all the details. Where does it stem from? What is the root cause? What are the experiences that trigger it? Who are the people that trigger it? How is it all connected? Why is it making me feel so angry? What was said, what was done that's connected to that feeling, right? It's all a connection thing, and just breaking it down and making sense of it. Again, the healing process playlist, please go through there, go through that content. It will help you to kind of break it down. There's one on anger, there's one on actions and reactions, which is another big thing for a 12th house Mars in containing and mastering. Um, a very important thing in mastering Mars in the 12th house, because it's so intense and just triggers anger, it's so critically important that you put yourself first in loving yourself and allowing yourself to release any blame that you have ever put on your own self for this pain that you have to live with every day. Learn to love yourself. Enough to no longer blame, to accept what was, what is, and give yourself enough space, time, and openness to understand that this is a reflective experience that stems so much deeper. And through this pain, through healing, through understanding and accepting, so you can create that peace within your own self. You need to create that peace. You need to calm and settle and contain that ball of fire that's within you. And it starts with loving yourself, showing that unconditional love and compassion towards your own self. The 12th house is about self undoing, it's about self healing, it's about self, it's about inside, it's about you. No one else, it's about you. Your pain is valid, your pain is strong, your pain is intense. Your pain is meant to rise so you can help create peace within your own heart, a calmness within your being, and so you can take that and help others along your journey. Meditation will help you a lot. Exercise with Mars in the 12th house. Have an outlet to release the energy. You need to release that Mars energy. You want to master your Mars, that bubble. Daily exercise intended specifically to release that intense Mars-like energy, that passion, that desire, that pain, that anger, that frustration, that ball of fire that just wants to explode. You need an outlet of exercise to release it physically. Meditation to release it mentally. This is how we master it. We have to really master the planets, and no matter where, I think everybody needs to master Mars, no matter where it is in their chart. But for 12th house specifically, this is what I'm talking about. But please, everybody know that I mean, some people might have a great relationship with Mars, even though it's a malefic planet. But I think a lot of people do need to control their Mars. Too many people are fast acting, reactive, blow out of proportion situations and just lash out and, are explosive. So we all need to contain that Mars a little bit. But for the 12th, I want to highlight you, and there is a way. There is a way. Um, In mastering Mars too, I'm going to leave it and end it with this, is that it comes back down to the Father with Mars in the 12th and mastering Mars. We have to do the healing work wrapped around the Father. And the Father most likely was an alcoholic. The Father was most likely absent from your life. If he wasn't absent physically, he was absent emotionally. He was absent for you in some form, some capacity. That's a lot to heal from. And that needs to be recognized. And in your recognition, you want to shine light on the fact that you are aware of this, of where the pain stems from, that you can understand that it is only, and I do not say this to minimize any pain, but into just kind of highlighting one aspect, an important aspect. If you were to just look at this one thing and just say, this experience, as painful as it was in this one life experience, it was just an experience in this life experience that I had to live through, become aware of, so I could heal myself enough to know that it's okay, and I can forgive, and I can surrender, and then I can use it as recognition that I rose above it. I healed from it. I did the self-undoing work to rise above that. And now I can see that I'm more than just this one experience. I am more than just this one life path. You see how deep I'm going? The 12th house is karmic. You got Mars there. There's some deep rooted father issues within the 12th house Mars. So to master it, you need to get down to that root father issue and be honest and acknowledge it. But at the same time, we also have to acknowledge that it's a house of spirituality. It is the karmic house. It is the watery undercurrent of Pisces and Neptune. It is a life experience that you came here intending to live out and go through that pain so you could break through it and rise above, and who knows, and meet Tracy Leela so she can, make you aware of this stuff so you can heal and rise up and help others and fulfill your soul's calling. This was your physical bodied experience in this lifetime that is connected to a past lifetime of healing that wasn't completed in that lifetime, that you needed to come back again to live through another experience to heal from what wasn't healed in a past lifetime. All connected. They're all different experiences. So when you realize that you're more than this physical experience, you're more than this one moment, you're more than this one planet in the 12th house, you're more than this physical body, that you have a soul self with a physical body that's meant to heal and come into union so you can fulfill your life path, you'll realize that this experience, and in your healing and recognition of it, you'll realize that through your healing, I had to go through this. I had to experience this pain. And now I realize that this was just an experience that I had to go through so I can recognize the pain, know where it stems from. So now when I interact, because I'm going to meet somebody else who's going to need my light, going to need my passion, he's going to need my desires, going to need my will, my motivation, my power, my intensity to help them through whatever they're going through. So you really want to be honest and see things from a bigger picture and from a deeper level, because the 12th house is not surface level. Remember, optimism doesn't work here. Surface level shit does not work in the 12th house. This is deep. So you got to really work with your Mars, work on understanding where the anger and where the pain and where that intense energy that you're feeling within is coming from. What's the story? And in forgiveness of your father, you begin to forgive yourself. You begin to understand. You begin to accept, forgive, surrender, and contain comfortably that Mars energy. Until next time.